The next show we're going to be talking about is Clockwork Planet.
Yes. This one. What to say about this one? Okay, it's an interesting concept. I'll at least say that. The concept in general is interesting. So if any one of you have not seen this or heard about this, Clockwork Planet, it takes place, I guess, in a pseudo-Earth fashion. Basically, Earth in itself was pretty much it was going to be gone. So somebody who they say is, basically they're calling him the master clocksmith, essentially. Somehow, I don't know how any of this came to be or how, but somehow made out the entire planet into a giant clock, more or less. You know, it's got the... Go ahead.
So, they're like, our planet is dying. We need a solution. And he's like, master clocksmith is like, I'll do it. It'll take 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But here's your new planet.
Here's your planet. And you know, props to him. Bravo. And whatnot. Because, I mean, it looks like a freaking technological marvel. I mean, if you're into steampunk in any sort of way, watching this is like freaking awesome and amazing in its own way. That being said, so the world is interesting on its own. I'm not sure about the characters. I don't know. What are you feeling about the characters? Because I'm not sure about the characters.
I've only got one episode in, so I like the little hot-headed girl.
Really?
I don't like the guy that's with her. I don't like the super android girl.
Okay.
And I kind of like the guy who woke her up, but he's weird. Like,
see, I don't know. I'm kind of like opposite of you almost. I don't necessarily like the hot-headed girl. She just strikes me as kind of annoying. I'm like, come on, just stop. You're being annoying. You obviously have this thing that you're supposed to do, and they keep hinting about how she's from this great house or whatever, and she's supposed to be able to do these things. Yet half the time I see her just standing there, stamping her foot, whining and complaining. I'm like, okay, come on, stop it. The dude that's with her, I think, is a good balance for her, because I think without him, everyone would probably get tired of her really quickly. He kind of keeps her in line, more or less, so it's kind of nice to have him around. So I kind of like him. The android, I'm a little iffy on. Just a little iffy on. I kind of like her, and I kind of don't, so I'm a little iffy on. The guy himself, I'm okay with. He's not great, but I'm okay with. Because, like, I kind of get the whole vibe he puts out, and I'm cool with him in that regards. But, you know, I like the fact that he has his own special ability. That's cool. The fact that he can actually hear if there's something wrong with, like, something mechanical. Like, he actually hears the noises. Yeah. And it's really cool, because even the girl pointed out later on that the headphones that he uses are actually noise-canceling headphones. Yeah. He should not be able to hear anything from them, and yet with them on, it's like it fine tunes what it is that he's trying to hear. I like that. That seems kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like Cyclops. Like Cyclops has that beam, and he puts on the thing so it can like fine tune it.
And it's the exact same. Awesome. And I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I was kind of on the mess side with the android. The only thing that kind of put me towards a good side with her is her ability. Have you seen that part yet?
I've only seen the first episode, so...
Okay. She, like... Okay, the knife thing, that's kind of weird. Just, like, the fact that the blades just come out from, like, her legs or something like that. It's kind of weird. Okay. Completely on point with that. Later on, she has an ability that is pretty damn cool. Okay. Like, and then she also hints to the fact that she has sisters, some of which who are even more powerful than she is. And I say that because, like, when you see her actually do it, she activates her ability, it's freaking amazing and powerful as hell. And I'm like, if you're on the low end, holy crap. Because, I mean, it's not really necessarily spoiling anything, but she basically freezes time. She moves outside of time. What happens in a blink of an eye for us here is like 3 hours or so for her.
Okay.
Yeah. Like... they were faced with this wall of like machines and whatnot, like battle androids, whatever, that are about to blow them away, and she activates it, and before he can, the main guy character can say no, she activates it, and then all of a sudden it's unactivated, and all of them are just in pieces, and just like, holy crap. I mean, it's a one-shot thing for her because like she immediately like kind of powered down after that because it exerted so much energy from her, but it was still freaking cool to see it happen. So that to me was like, okay, you got my attention, you got my interest. If that's what this character to do, I want to see what the other ones can do too.
Okay.
Because that would be pretty damn cool. But again, I don't know. I guess I can see where they're going with the series. Like, things are starting to break, so he's gonna have to either rebuild or fix the things that are breaking. But I don't know. Like, they're trying to make like the military faction inside this to be the bad guy, and they just end up seeming stupid to me. Because they're preventing them from doing their job, and it's like, don't you want them to do their job? Because their job means that A, things aren't breaking, and B, people live. Isn't that important? Isn't that kind of fall along your jurisdiction of what needs to happen? So I mean, like, I don't know. The bad guy so far, the bad guy, I'm sure there's going to be something else that's going to pop up. Seems kind of like forced almost. Like they're just throwing out the stupid military is doing something they shouldn't be doing, so let's just, hey. I was like, come on now. You want a bad guy, throw somebody in there who's actually like wanting mass destruction and wanting just like, you know what? I don't like any of this. Let's just destroy it all. Like, yeah, throw that in there. But don't make like the military as like a faction against humanity, essentially. It's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. That's not part of their, I don't get it. Anyways, that's my thought on it. Anyway.
Okay. So
after seeing the first episode only, what did you think?
The world was interesting. The one thing where they're like, at the end of the first episode, they're like, something's happening, so basically we're gonna just jettison this whole section of the planet.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Isn't that stuff important? I'm like, gears interconnect, and if you just take one out, then I'm like, what's gonna, okay. And then it was like, sinking into the planet, which I'm like, isn't there gears in there? Isn't that gonna like mess stuff? I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe y'all will convince me of it later, but as of episode 1, I'm like, and it was a huge chunk of the planet. So I'm like, wait, how big are y'all on this planet? How many people are going to be taken? Like, it was that one thing I was like, no.
Yeah, it seems stupid. What the hell?
Yeah. So, other than that, the little curtsy scissors that come out are kind of weird. I don't know if I like that because like a couple of other characters do that too. I'm like, I guess it's okay because they don't show it, but it's weird.
It is weird.
So
I'd prefer having blades come out of her arms or something more than that.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with that. Let's see. Other than that, right now the characters are holding me into the story. I want to know how badly this whole jettisoning part of the world is going to affect everything else. It's too close, like too, I don't know. I don't have enough information to like judge it, but I'm like, this show is right on the fence. Like, I don't know if I like it or don't. They've made a bunch of weird decisions. Yeah. But the characters are okay, so I'm still on board.
Yeah, like I said, to me, it was weird. I'm like, this and another show, to me, I'm just like, this is weird. What are we doing here? What is this? What is this? Y'all had a great concept. What are you doing with it?
Yeah, I'll give it a couple more episodes.
Like I said, I think the only reason why I stick with it was because of seeing that android's ability, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool! I want to see more.
Yeah, that may be my hook to keep me in, but the characters go to like arcades, they hang out at cafes, and it's basically modern times in a village like that.
Where, they're saying it's Dungeon 2, and it's like, no, it's not! It's not! Dungeon prequel, essentially. Dungeon,
Dungeon what? Yes,